On your mark, get set, go. Yes, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. WOR is happy to bring you today's transcribed session of On Your Mark, and our program pays off in cash, tickets to a hit show, and a jackpot of worthwhile merchandise prizes for a correct answer to our daily jackpot question. Now, raring to go, here once again is one of radio's favorite MCs, Bud Collyer.
Thank you, Brand. Thank you, Paul Luther. Now, everybody get on your mark here with us and listen closely while we tell you a little bit about how we play our game. We have on our stage a group of contestants whom we've selected from our studio audience, and one by one they are going to be invited to answer a series of 4 questions. We call these questions 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. The 1 for the money question, if answered correctly, pays off in money, $1 to $10 possibly, depending upon the contestant spinning of a large wheel here on the stage. A right answer to the 2 for the show question means 2 tickets to a Broadway show. Then the 3 to get ready question, which merely gets our contestant ready for the 4 to go or jackpot question. We'll tell you what's in that jackpot of ours in just a few minutes, but in the meantime, let's meet our first contestant. Who is it, Paul?
Well, it happens to be Miss Alvina Safarik of Forest Hills, Long Island, who is a bookkeeper. Miss Safarik, meet Bud Collyer.
Hello, Bud.
Hello, Miss Safarik. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Step up and get on your mark here. Give me a good handshake. Let me get in. That's the
I'm too nervous.
You had to grab my fingers right by the finger there, and I couldn't get a good handshake there. You're too nervous, Miss Safarik?
Yes.
I don't believe that. How long have you been a bookkeeper?
Oh, more years than I'd like to say.
You wouldn't like to say how many years, huh? Have you always lived out there in Forest Hills?
It'll be 25 years next spring.
25 years. You like it out there, huh?
Very much.
A lot of friends out there, neighbors and so forth.
Yes.
Nice to you. It's always nice, isn't it, to get a lot of acquaintances around you that make life really worthwhile, whether you're home,
true.
at work, or
Very
anywhere
true.
else. Very important. Well, Miss Safarik, where are you from originally?
New York.
New York City?
That's
You
right.
born here?
That's right.
You were. So was I. We're very rare. Did you know that? There aren't many of us, Miss Safarik. Did you meet Paul Luther on the way up?
Yes,
Paul,
I
say hello
did.
to Miss Safarik.
How do you do, Miss
do.
Safarik? Glad you're here today.
Thank you.
Have you heard about our running question yet?
Something about the gout?
Yeah, she's heard it.
Heard about
Oh, we're going to tell you about that right
Listen,
now.
we got a list.
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have.
All right, Mr. Farrick. Let's ask you our running question right now. First of all, explaining to those who don't know what it is, we have this question that we ask of each contestant. This one's been running now for about a week, and no one has guessed the answer. The answer is a little gag, a little joke, but nevertheless, it fits the question. It is a good answer. And if you guess it, you move right up into what we call our charm circle, winning $5 on the way and 2 tickets to the show. So you don't have to answer any more questions. You may guess as many answers as you like, and you may keep on guessing even while you're being asked your 1 for the money and your 2 for the show questions, okay?
Yes.
Well, the question, I'll phrase it for you now, even though you have probably heard it, you said you had, is, why should a man troubled with gout make his will? Miss
Well,
Safarik?
If he ever wants to see his leg again, he ought to first make a legacy.
Well, that's a good twist there. It's all right, yeah. Put her name down along with that sailor that gave us that good answer the other day, will you, Paul?
You mean it isn't French?
No, it isn't right, but it's awful good. It's a good guess, and if we don't come up with a correct answer by the end of a year or 2, we may, have all these people that got the good ones back here and have a runoff and have a judging on it. Well, all right, Mr. Farrick, you can guess again as we go along, but let's get into your first question, your 1 for the money question. You said you knew something about prominent ladies. And here is the first one for you. Subject matter is called a model lady. What is the name of the contemporary sculptress who specializes in the races of mankind? The races of mankind.
Somebody in the audience said, I don't know.
What is the name of the contemporary sculptress who specializes in the races of mankind? She's a quite well-known sculptress. Miss Safarik?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Her first name is much like yours, except there's an M ahead of it.
Malvina?
That part's right. Malvina who? Malvina is her first name. What is her last name? I'll give you 5 more seconds, Miss Safarik.
I'm sorry. I don't...
Very well known as a sculptress.
I think
No?
I'm flunk.
Oh, too bad. Malvina Hoffman. Very well known, and her big specialty are the races of mankind. You don't go away. You stay with us. You may still win 2 tickets to the RKO Palace Theater. Wouldn't you like to?
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh, that's wonderful. You can go up there and see Betty Grable and Lady and Ermine and Victor Mature and Fury at Furnace Creek. Here is your second question. See how you can do with this one. This is your 2 for the show question. She founded Hull House, Hull House, and devoted her life to aiding the poor. Who was she? Who was she? Her first name was Jane, Miss Safarik.
Jane Austen?
No, you're close, though. The initial is correct. Jane, something beginning with A. Short name, 2-syllable name. Give you 5 seconds, Miss Safarik.
I should know that. I worked for the YWCA.
Did you? I'm sorry. Jane Addams. Jane Addams. I'm very sorry, Mr. Farrig, but come back again and see us sometime. We'd like to have you as our guest on Your Mark. All right, Paul, who's next?
Well, I have a gentleman here whose category, I believe, has to do with inventions. But before we bring him to the microphone, let's listen for just a moment. All right, Bud, I'd like to have you at this time meet Gary Furman of the Bronx, who says at the moment he's unemployed, but his trade is a printer. Gary, step up to the microphone.
Hello, Gary.
Hello.
How are you? Happy to meet you here this
Same here.
afternoon. Step up and get on your mark with us. Are you married, Gary?
Yes, sir.
You are. Any
Yes.
children?
2 children.
Have you really? How old are they?
8 and 10, sir.
8 and 10. Isn't that wonderful? Any of them here with you today?
No, sir.
Are they in school?
Yes, sir.
That's wonderful. Where do you live, Gary?
Bronx, New York.
In the Bronx. Your wife here with you?
No, sir.
She's home waiting for those kids to come home from school, I guess, isn't she? How long have you been unemployed, Gary?
About 2 months.
Well, I sure hope it isn't more than 2 days more before you're back at some steady employment. Would you like to get back as a printer?
Darn right, I would.
All right. Well, now, anybody who has a print shop that would like a good printer that happens to be listening in, we got a guy right here who might like a job. So either call us up here if you want to, or else get in touch with Gary Furman here, and we'll see if we can't get him a job.
What's his home address? Let's have his phone number and home address.
What is
No
what is
phone.
No phone.
No, what's your home address?
737 East Tremont Avenue.
737 East Tremont Avenue?
That's right, sir.
All right, 737 East Tremont Avenue, Bronx, New York. Gary Furman, Furman. We hope maybe that brings you a bit of luck, Gary.
Hope so.
If that works, we can take our 10% every weekend.
No, we'll turn that over to those 2 children, Gary. I tell you, that guy, Paul Luther, you know what he is with paying out the money? Have you heard our show, Gary?
Yes, I have.
He really is murder. If you pry him loose from anything more than $1, you break his
You're
heart.
lucky, huh?
It really is something, believe me. All right, Gary, how about your answer to our running question? Let's see what you might do with it. Why do you think a man troubled with gout should make his will? Why do you think a man troubled with gout should make his will? Guess the answer and move right up into our charm circle, winning $5 and 2 tickets on the way. Want to take a guess?
No, I think I have no guess.
No guess at all? What's the matter, Paul? All right, here we go. Let's move along into your first question. Paul was wig-wagging at me. I didn't know whether he was going to try to hope you put the hex on you there so you couldn't guess the answer. Here's your regular question. Inventions is the subject matter of your one-for-the-money question. Montgolfier, Montgolfier, is credited with inventing what? What? Big round.
Dynamo.
No. I'll tell you this. It had to do with aeronautics.
Aerodynamics.
No. He invented something connected with aeronautics. Connected something had to do with aeronautics. What do you think it might have been, Gary Furman?
Siren.
No. It had to do with aeronautics. Had to do with aeronautics, Gary.
What time does it go up, Bud? Do you know?
What? What he invented, you mean?
Yes.
It makes an ascension, I guess, around 5. I don't know.
I see.
It can ascend almost any time.
Balloon?
A balloon. That's right, Gary. Step over and spin our money wheel. All right, sir. Spin our money wheel. You may get in one of those 4 little tiny slots we have there and win $10, or anyway from $1 to $5, depending upon where you spin it. You win what you spin. Watch that wheel. It's stopping at $3. $3 for Gary Furman of the Bronx.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, here we go on your second question. See how well you know this one. 2 for the show riding on this. For what is Gottlieb Daimler remembered? Daimler, a Daimler something. A Daimler something. What did he invent? What did he invent? It's used, the principle of it is used today constantly.
Daimler?
Daimler, D-A-I-M-L-E-R. D-A-I-M-L-E-R. What do you think it was, Gary? Huh?
Give me a hint.
Give you a hint?
Sorry.
No, I can't very well give you any more hints now. What do you think? He was the inventor of something, the first something. It's used constantly today. Constantly today. Used in something that is very necessary.
Refrigeration?
No, I'm sorry, Gary. He was the inventor of the first internal combustion gas engine, which is used now, of course, in automobiles all over the place. All right, Gary, thanks very much.
Thank you
We
very
hope
much.
something comes by way of a job for you very soon. Come back and see us, will you, real soon. All right, thanks very much, Gary Furman of the Bronx. And let's see who's next, Paul.
Oh, I have a lady here, Bud, Mrs. Frida Blanche of Brooklyn, formerly from Vienna, who is an interpreter, she says, and is also a housewife, and says she speaks many languages. Is that right?
That's right.
We're going to try you out in a few of those in just a
Okay.
moment. All right, Bud.
Okay, Mrs. Frida Blanche of Brooklyn. Where are you from originally?
Vienna.
Vienna. I see. Were you born in Vienna?
I was born in Vienna. I studied in Vienna.
I see. Was your husband born in Vienna, too?
No, he's
You-
American.
Where did you meet him, may I ask?
Right here.
Right here in America. What brought you over here? Did you come over here to live here, or
came
did you
here a
come to
little
visit?
girl, and I went back
with your
to
mother and father?
study. And I went back to study because I took up languages in Vienna.
See, how many languages do you speak, Mrs.?
Oh, every foreign language,
Do you
most
really?
every German, Polish, Russian, Italian, Hebrew, everyone.
Isn't that wonderful? Believe me, that's a marvelous gift to have a gift of tongues like that, and you can
I don't
really
think
go
so.
out. You don't think so? Oh, I think it is. I think anything that
You
develops.
speak some language?
Educationally, do I?
I mean German.
Speaks two languages, American and English.
Oh, I used to be able to speak a little Spanish, not very much. ¿Habla usted español?
Well, Spanish is like
I
Italian.
mean, I've
a
got
little.
you that something you can't. Wow, that's
Capisce italiano.
muy interesante, muy
Capisce
interesante.
italiano.
We'll drop that right there, Mrs. Black.
Well, Spanish they don't teach in art in the East.
Well, I picked the safe one then, didn't I? I sure did.
That's in America.
Tell me, do you have any children, Mrs. Black?
Yes, I have.
How many?
3,
3 children. How old are they?
22, 20, 18.
Isn't that marvelous? Boys, are they mixed up, boys and girls? Or
2 boys and 1 daughter.
2 boys and 1 daughter. Bet you're mighty proud of them, aren't you?
I am.
You're a very rich woman, believe me, to have a nice family like that. All right, Mrs.
All
Blanche. how
college
about-
graduate.
All college graduates. What are they
Except
doing?
the youngest one is still in college.
She's still in. Is that the boy? He's still in college. I see. What are the other 2 doing now?
One is an engineer, and my daughter graduate college for accounting.
See?
She's married.
She's married. Any grandchildren yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you'll be happy when they get them, won't you? All right, Mrs. Blanche, how about your... Paul, what's the matter?
Nothing. I just wanted to say that I went through college with high marks.
You certainly did.
Good old Hyman Marks. I wonder whatever happened to him.
I don't know. That's what we have to put up with, Mrs. Blanche, you see? All right, Paul, you stay over there and hang on to that money. Here we go, Mrs. Blanche. What is your answer to our running question? Why do you think a man troubled with gout should make his will?
Isn't that blood disease in the joints?
Well, that part is right. You mean he should stay out of those joints? Or something?
I don't know. He made the will. I can't he has the disease, no?
Well, that's not the answer, but it's a good guess. However, let's move into your regular category here and see how well you do. Here we are, Miss Blanche. This is your first one for the money question. You can guess again if you want as you go along.
Yeah.
Any number of guesses that you want. States. Which state, for one for the money, was first to ratify the Constitution? Which state was first to ratify the Constitution? I'll really confuse you here. Do you remember that old thing we used to do in school, Paul? If Mississippi bought a New Jersey, what would Delaware? Wait a minute, Alaska?
No, I don't. That was before my time.
Was it
They
really?
outlawed that in 1905.
I'm glad to know something was beyond you. Now, one of the states that I mentioned there is
Mississippi.
the one... No.
Delaware.
You got it, Delaware. All right, step over, spin our money wheel.
I made a mistake because I'm
Worth
not
the $5 of yours, Mrs. Blanche. Go ahead there. Spin it around. No, clockwise. That's the idea. Give her a spin. Let's see what you come to. $1 to $5 or possibly 10 if it stops in that one little slot which occurs 4 times on the wheel and which pays off 10 good American dollars. Good. Oh, it just passed the 110. It's down out of 5, 4, 3, 2. No! Oh, it just missed it. Just missed it, Paul. I want you to verify it, though, Mrs. Blanche. No, I'm afraid it isn't. Take a look at it. Take a look. We want to be sure that you're satisfied. It has to stop right in that one little slot there. You got $2 away from Paul, but you gave him heart failure, too. All right, here is your second question. 2 tickets for the show riding on this one. What county of a state returned to the Union in July 1945? It had remained seceded from the Union until 1945. One county of one state. Obviously, it must be one of the Confederacy, of the former Confederacy. What county returned to the Union in July 1945? Was a big play in the papers about it.
I remember him.
Time, and another one recently in reference to it. I can give you 5 more seconds, Mrs. Blanche. 3, 2, 1... Sorry, your time is up. It was the free state of Dade County, Georgia. But thank you, Mrs. Blanche, for being our guest this afternoon. And now, Paul, who is next?
Well, the gentleman we have here, whose category of questions, I believe, has to do something with famous men, right? And before I introduce him, though, I would just like to say that, ladies and gentlemen listening, this will be our final broadcast until the end of the World Series. And also, right at this moment, I'd like to take time for a very important message. Listen. Well, it's on your mark, and here's Bud Collyer ready to introduce now Morris Lebross of the Bronx, who works at an aircraft field. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I work out in Wright.
And where?
Wright's
Right
Field?
Aeronautical.
What kind of gum is that you have, sir?
Dentine.
Then do you want me to take it from you now? I'll put it in this dollar bill. I just want to take it.
Let him chew, for heaven's sake. Let him chew it,
Have you got any more? Give me a piece.
Put it back in your mouth and chew it, Morris. For heaven's sake, be happy.
Thank you very much. I got some.
He doesn't dare chew it. That plate of his will come out. He won't be able to talk. Morris, step up and get on your mark with us this afternoon. How long have you been working out there at Wright's Aeronautical Field, or whatever it is? Is that what it's called, Wright's Aeronautical?
No, it's Right Aeronautical Corporation.
I see, Wright's Aeronautical Corporation. Out where?
Out in New Jersey.
In New Jersey. I see. How long have you been with them?
Oh, about 15 months.
And in what capacity? What do you do?
Well, I'm on the burr bench now. I originally worked
On the
as
what?
a burr bench.
What does that mean?
Bench hand.
Oh, I see. Burr is something...
Well, taking sharp edges off of.
I see. All right, Morris. Are you married, sir?
No, sir.
You're not, I see. And have any intentions along that line?
Well, sometime, but not right now.
I see. Have a young lady in mind, though.
Yeah.
That's very good. All right, Morris. How about your answer to our running question? You want to take a guess at it? Why should a man troubled with gout make his will?
Well, I think that if he's in doubt, he should have some security, leave some security for his wife and children. If he has any children or wife, he should leave something for them in their future when he is gone.
Don't stop, Morris. It's all.
That's about all.
Is that all you can think of at the moment? Well, that's not the guess, but anyway, that's really went around the hill to get there. But guess again as you go along. You may hit it and may move over into our charm circle and try for our jackpot. Incidentally, Paul, we haven't told anybody what's in our jackpot. Suppose we tell them right now, shall we?
I hate myself for not doing this earlier. Well, in the jackpot right now, we have a lovely Parker pen and pencil set for a lifetime of easy writing.
A $25 steamer basket of delicious loft candies famous for purity.
For the man of the family, a $50 set of Mastercraft matched flame grain imported briar pipes.
A $35 overnight suitcase made by Indestructo, a fine name for fine luggage.
A famous Delta pop-down toaster, the only automatic toaster of its kind.
And a handsome D-wall table model radio styled with a new streamlined Catalan plastic case.
There you are.
That's what's in there. Let's see if you get up that far now. Morris Libros of the Bronx, what is your answer to this, your one-for-the-money question? Here we go. Famous men. The inscription upon the tomb of a great general in New York City consists of the words, "Let us have peace." Whose tomb is it?
Lincoln's.
No, I'm sorry. New York City. Ulysses S. Grant.
Oh.
Ulysses S. Grant. I'm sorry, Morris. Here's your next question. Listen carefully now. Don't jump the gun on it too much, because if necessary, we can always read the question again. Here's your second one. Civil War leaders, too, for the show on this. Jefferson Davis was the first and only president of the Confederacy during the Civil War. Following the end of the war and his subsequent release from prison, what became of him? What became of him following his release from prison after the end of the Civil War?
I think he was tried by the
Well,
by
that's
the
true.
Union.
And he was imprisoned. That part is true. And then what became of him after he got out of prison?
Well, he retired, I guess.
That's also correct. I think we're going to give you credit on that. He visited Europe and spent the rest of his life in retirement, during which he wrote The Rise and Fall of the Confederate Government. All right, Morris Libros, congratulations for winning 2 tickets to the show, and thank you for being our guest this afternoon. All right, Paul, who is our next contestant?
I have a young lady. Oh, you didn't have to do that. This young lady took her gum out. She's coming up. Thought I was going to talk about it. It's Mrs. Lila Muir of St. Albans, Long Island, who is a housewife. Mrs. Muir? Bud Collyer.
Hello, Miss Muir. How are you? Step up and get on your mark with us this afternoon. Speak up so we can hear you. You're a housewife, Miss Muir?
Yes.
Where's your home originally?
Georgia.
Georgia? Whereabouts in Georgia?
Columbus. Fort Benning.
Did you know the answer to that question, that Dade County question, did you? How did that happen to stay out of the Union such a long time?
I don't know.
Just one of those
I don't know.
funny little quirks, wasn't it? It was a free county down there, and so it wasn't didn't go along with the return to the Union of the state. It had its own little autonomy there, I guess. Do you have any children, Miss Muir?
Yes.
How many?
Well, I have a 10-month-old daughter, and I have a 9-year-old son, and I have a 8-year-old stepson.
8-year-old stepson. Well, you got a nice family there, haven't you?
Yes.
That's wonderful. What does your husband do?
He's in the Navy.
In the Navy. Is he out at sea or is he stationed on shore?
St. Albans.
That makes it nice, doesn't he? In the hospital there. Well, now tell me, Mrs. Muir, what is your guess, the answer of our running question? Why do you think a man troubled with gout should make his will? Mrs. Lila Muir of St. Albans, Long Island, a housewife of a sailor.
Well, he can't go out until he can't go out without his leg, you see.
Well,
That's a good one.
a
good one.
All
Yes,
right.
we can-
People are really
Legacy,
kicking this
yes.
legacy around, aren't they? That's the one they're working on. Well, that's not the answer we're after, but it's a good guess, Ms. Muir. Let's move on to your regular category now and see how well you can do on the one for the money question. Maybe you can break Paul's heart here. You want to try? And you can guess on the other one as you go along. If you think of another answer, go right ahead on the running question. Personal habits is the subject matter of your first one, your one for the money question. About how much of the average person's life is spent in sleeping? Would you say about 1/3, 1/2, or 2/3? About how much of the average person's life is spent in
third.
sleeping? 1/3 is quite right. Step over and spin our money wheel. Step over and spin our money wheel, Miss Muir. Give it a spin. There we go. Let's see where it stops. If it stops in any one of those four little tiny spots on the wheel, it may mean $10. It's getting closer, closer. Oh, it missed by one peg again. By one peg, stopped on $3. Oh, Mrs. Muir. No idea what you're doing to Paul, believe me.
Remind me for thanking the boy who wired this wheel.
I certainly will. All right, here's your second question. 2 for the show, and that was really close, wasn't it? But are you satisfied that it's 3?
Sure.
All right, just want to make sure that you're happy about it. Not happy about it, but satisfied.
No.
That's what it is. Here's your second question, personal habits again. Does the average person's weight vary with the seasons of the year? Does the average person's weight vary with the seasons of the year? Mrs. Lila Muir?
Yes, I think
Yes,
so.
it does. They usually weigh the most in September and the least in February. You are the first one to move up now and maybe qualify to get into the charm circle. Let's see if you can answer your 3 to get ready question. What state is known as the North Star State? What state is known as the North Star State? You know, every state has a nickname. What state is known as the North Star State? And give you 5 more seconds, Mrs. Muir. 5 more seconds.
Next.
No, I'm sorry, it's Minnesota. Minnesota. But anyway, you've won 2 tickets to the show and $3. Congratulations and thank you for being our guest this afternoon. All right, Paul, who is next?
Well, Bud, first of all, you know, friends, to lose weight safely, to lose weight more easily, thousands are using the Chiron Way. The Chiron Way to reduce is so safe you may ask your own doctor's approval if you're normally overweight and need to reduce. To get rid of fat the Chiron Way, you don't take exercises, you don't go hungry. Chiron is a concentrated pure food tablet that supplies your system with nutritional elements to keep your energy up while your weight goes down. Taken as directed, Chiron helps control your appetite. By following Chiron reducing directions, excess fat starts to disappear immediately. Chiron contains no drugs, no laxatives. Clinical records available for your inspection definitely prove that excess fat disappears safely the Chiron Way. Results are guaranteed. Take Chiron and follow Chiron reducing directions. Lose pounds the very first week or your money back. So why be fat any longer? Reduce the safe Chiron Way. Get Kyron Chiron now at all Leggett, Whalen, and independent drugstores and at leading department stores. Yes, you're sure to reduce the safe Chiron Way. So get Chiron today.
All right, Paul Luther, thank you very much for that message. Now let's meet our next contestant.
Yes, say hello to George Clower, Bud, of Arlington, Virginia, who's in the Navy. Here, George.
Hi, George. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm glad to know you.
How
bud.
come you're in civvies here today? You on leave?
Yes, sir.
How much leave do you have?
Oh, I have about 30 days.
Oh, that's good. Good leave. You here alone or with your wife?
I'm with my wife.
Are you? Where is she?
In the second.
Hi there, Miss Clower. Keep your fingers crossed there now, so maybe you can win a little something here. How long you been in the Navy, George?
9 years.
9 years, have you? Going to stay in?
A little while longer, yeah.
All right, do you have any children?
No, I don't.
No children. All right. Now, George, let's ask you our answer to our running question. See if you can guess the answer to it. If you do, of course, you move right up into the charm circle with no further ado. Why should a man troubled with gout make his will?
Same reason any other man should make his will.
Well, that's not the answer we're looking for, but you can guess again as we go along. Here is your regular question, your regular category. 1 for the money riding on this. See if you can sneak up close to that $10 mark on our money wheel as the others have so far. Animals is the subject matter. Does any other animal beside the skunk emit an odor when in danger?
Yes, sir.
Yes, they do. You're right. The mink and the weasel. Step over and spin our money wheel, George. Let's see how much you win. You win. What's your spin? Give it a spin. Watch it go around and see if you sneak up on that $10 spot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, $1, George. $1 for you. Let's see if you can win 2 tickets now to a show. Here we go.
I used to run one of those in the carnival. That's why I can't do any good.
I see. Will you step around in back of that after the show and check the wiring for us, George? Tell us if we have it wired like you had them in the carnivals. All right, here's your next question. Here we go. 2 tickets for the show on this one. Animals again. What is known as an animal's dew claw? D-E-W, claw. What is an animal's dew claw? Most every animal has one. Not, I don't know if birds do or not, but most of the...
Oh, yes, they do.
Yes, I guess they do. Yes, yes.
The soft pad on the bottom of their
No, a
foot.
dew claw. It has a claw in it. See, I didn't say paw. I said dew claw. What is an animal's dew claw? What do you think it is, George? Think of an animal's foot. As they walk along, what might be called a dew claw?
The hind claw, the highest one on his foot.
Situated above the foot, you mean? That's it. Absolutely right. You've won 2 tickets to the RKO Palace Theater, where you can see Betty Grable and Lady in Ermine and Victor Mature and Fury at Furnace Creek. Let's see if you can answer one of our 3 to get ready questions and move into the charmed circle. What state is known as the Beaver State? What state is known as the Beaver State? It's out west, I'll tell you that
Yes,
much.
sir, I know it's in
All
the
right,
west.
the Beaver State. I can give you 5 more seconds only, George. 5 more seconds to go. The Beaver State. What do you say? I'm afraid your time is up, George. It's Oregon.
Yes, sir.
Oregon. But thank you very much for being our
Thank
guest.
you very
Hope
much.
you enjoy the show.
I certainly
Congratulations for at least winning $1 for
Thank
Paul. All right, George. Who's next, Paul?
Mrs. Albert Balcom of Fitchburg, Massachusetts, a housewife, a registered nurse, and what's that last one?
Park Commissioner.
A park commissioner. All right.
Well, step up here, Commissioner. How are you? What does that mean,
you.
Park Commissioner?
Well, I'm chairman of the Park Commission. We have charge of parks and playgrounds in the town of Lunenburg,
Is
Massachusetts.
that so? Is that near Fitchburg?
Yeah, 3 miles from Fitchburg.
Your home is in Fitchburg, though.
Well, our mail address is Fitchburg, and our residential is Lunenburg, so
it's
you
one of
take your
those
pick.
Little mix-ups in the postal zoning there, isn't it? All right, now, all I want to know from you, Mrs. Fitchburg, I was going to say, Mrs. Balcom, is that it?
Yes.
Is how many children you have.
I have 1 child and 2 grandchildren.
Well, is your child a boy or a girl?
Girl.
Uh-huh, and she's married very happily and has 2 children. What are they?
A girl and a boy.
Hey, it's really very nice, isn't it? Are you the usual type of grandmother that spoils them all?
A little bit, I think.
Most grandparents like to do that, I tell you. That's a little privilege they all seem to have. They can't very well afford to spoil their own, so they wait, and when the responsibility is not theirs, they spoil their own
Certainly.
grandchildren. All right, well, now let's ask you a couple of questions on American history here and see how well you do after inquiring whether you think you know the answer to our running question. Why should a man troubled with gout make his will?
Well, I should say his high living had gone down to his lower extremities.
That's a very good one, too. I thought for a minute you were going to accuse him of being a heel. But anyway, Here we go, Miss Balcom. That's not the answer we wanted. However, you can guess again as you go along. Here is your first question, 1 for the money. Subject matter is George Washington. Where did Washington bid farewell to the officers of his army? It's a very famous place here in New York City, I'll tell you that much. Where did Washington bid farewell to the officers of his army? Mrs. Albert Balcom of Fitchburg, Massachusetts. Park Commissioner.
In the park?
No, it wasn't. At Fraunces Tavern, New York
I don't
City.
know that.
You ever heard of it?
Never.
It's a very, very famous landmark here. All
Never
right,
heard of it.
your second question, 2 for the show on this one. Freedom of the United States. Again, what, or where, rather, where may you see the cradle of American liberty? Where may
In
you...
Boston.
What is it?
Faneuil.
Faneuil Hall is quite right. You've won 2 tickets to the RKO Palace, where you can see Betty Grable and Lady in Ermine and Victor Mature and Fury at Furnace Creek. Thank you for being our
Yes,
guest.
welcome.
All right, friends, that just...
How about needing a will because he didn't have any willpower?
No, but thanks for taking another guess, because it would have counted if it had been right. Well, our friends, that just about winds up today's session of On Your Mark. We'd like to say thanks to all of our fine contestants and remind you folks listening at home that if any of you would like to be our guests here in the studio, just you drop a line to On Your Mark, WOR, New York 18, New York, and tell us how many tickets you like. You may wind up winning our wonderful jackpot. And so until we meet again at the starting line, this is Bud Collyer saying so long for now. Be seeing you.
Friends, On Your Mark will be back following the final game of the World Series. This has been On Your Mark.